Alright everyone, this is a late night update on Mars Turbotron. So, I'm going with the inners now, and I'm in the insides now, and I'm actually gonna show some things about it, but first I'm gonna show this. These are the legs, this is how they are right now. They have been completely cleaned up, so, and their little piece, I believe it was from this leg, it was fucked up. Got me there. Yeah, I believe it was this leg, the one that was, like, hanging. Yeah, it was this leg, my bad. It was this one. Now it's fine. This one was about to break, but I also glued it up, so both legs are completely fine. They move fluidly, so I don't see why this robot will not walk. Same with the body. Here's the body. It's all cleaned up. The arms, everything has been taken apart. The clickers have been cleaned up as well. Everything is clean. I glued the chest, even though it's not, like, it's not fixable until the point you can see and say, hey, this is new. This is like, it still has the cracks and everything, but it's just a lot cleaner. And found a few differences on between this one and Daniel's. Daniel's had a slight difference with the shiny, how shiny the paint was on these parts that were painted gray. Same with the neck, which is also painted gray, but it was shinier on Daniel's. The other difference, and this is why I have actually marked the two little guns, is that they flash in a different way. They don't flash differently, they are just located differently. Because this one, when he starts shooting, he begins with this one. Daniel's begins with this one. Okay, I'm going to show what I mean. This is number 2. This is the one where he begins. I'm going to try to find that sound. Listen. That there is what I meant. Daniel's begins with this one, and it's proved because I actually checked the video from when he had it, and it was exactly the same. So, first of all, I actually did relocate the lights fine, which I'm happy about. And second, yes, it's different because of that. The other difference is that on the legs, now that I actually go to the legs, it has these holes on the sides. Daniel's doesn't. Other than that, besides the paint, the holes, and the way this is like built, there's also another difference that adds up to it, and it's this. The wires have different colors. On Daniel's, I believe it was either this one or that one. I believe it was this one. The wires are red and yellow. On these, they are both brown and black, so they can be easily confused and, switch it. Which, it's not going to happen right here because I have many evidence already. I have the guns marked. I have the spot for the LEDs marked. It's not going to go anywhere, so I actually have everything well located. Here's the chip, by the way. It looks just like Daniel's. It's not a big surprise. Then here is what was broken in Daniel's. This little peg was broken off in Daniel's Turbotron. So what I did was I ended up just putting a screw with a heat shrink tube, so it did not, it did not damage the thing when it opened it up. The little lever, that the chest door has. See, it has a little lever right there that you just push and it opens it up. Right. So I don't know if newer generations actually, like, if it's just the new generations that actually do have this where this light blinks first than that one. I really don't know. Again, it's just they switched the LEDs from side and that was it. So, here's how dirty the back is and the guns and the face, because I haven't started yet with the facial cleaning. But the reason why I make this video first is to show that and to show the mechanism of Mars Turbotron. Daniel's Turbotron, sadly this relay broke, but it has another one that works exactly the same way. It broke because I was foolish enough to do this. And this is why, if anybody ever takes apart one of these robots, never slide it all the way like this and all the way back, because what I did was I forcibly pushed it, and this was hitting the thing like that, and it bent. The first time it bent. The second time it completely just broke off. So keep that in mind. Then of course the fact that I hate the fact that these robots don't have heat shrink tubing on the LEDs. By example, this one, the ones from there, I can bet my ass they actually don't. Yeah, they actually don't. As I said before, they are just hot glued to one of the sides, just like Daniel's. Exactly the same with the face. They don't have any heat shrink. So I'm going to correct that, and I'm going to give all of them heat shrink. I'm going to oil up the motor because it's a little slow. And check the gears as well, just for the hell of it, to see if everything's fine. And I don't know if I should change the speaker or leave this one, because the membrane came off. That's practically it. The sides of the membrane, the glue that it has, it just decayed, and that's why it sounds so bad. But I'll see what happens, because I wanna check if this is actually the big or the small size of speed. It's actually big. It's the big size. So I do have a bunch of those. So if it actually might end up just replacing it. So now I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to show you all how does Turbotron sound like with a large speaker. Alrighty then, so if anybody wanted to know, I'm going to actually show you how does Turbotron sound like with a big speaker hooked up to it. So yeah, that's practically how Turbotron sounds like with a big speaker. So I believe that's the entire update on him. I don't have much else to say. I will probably clean up the switch because it actually is dirty. And the reason why I can tell it is dirty is because, again, the first day I got it, the switch kind of like, it was not that, you know, it did not work that good as it does now. So I'm going to probably just clean it up, polish it a little bit, put it all back together, and same with the other parts, because I'm going to take apart the entire, like, just what I did with Daniel's. Take everything out, clean it up, put it back in, check the mechanism, blah blah blah, you get the point. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll unsolder these two wires for the power, negative and positive, unscrew the switch, take all the terminals off, clean the back, put them all back in, resolder the wires, clean these two guns, which are actually sealed. They are not, like, they don't have any screws, they're glued shut, so I'll have to break that little bunch of glue. Clean them up, add the heat shrink to all of them, all of the LEDs, and just, you know, continue with the, oh, and change the speaker, and then continue with the final assembly, which will be put the mech in, the arms, the body, then the legs. You get the point. It's what they do. So, thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video with a bunch more of things.